There is a storm coming, and it will be visited upon our children and their children. That which sustains every activity we undertake, from building rockets to growing food, nature, is, in the words of Wendell Berry, being destroyed by popular demand. We marvel at the beauty of a friend's Italian marble table, yet seem to be unconscious of what that really is, or more accurately, was. It was part of a mountain in Italy. That mountain was decapitated, then levelled, and now only a giant desolate crater exists where it once stood. For one standing mountain has been torn into fragments and scattered all over the world. Visit such a site and you'll be haunted by what you experience. You may shudder in disbelief if you were to learn the details of what cleanses your body, your clothes and your home requires the plundering of the earth. Would you believe that to make the so-called plant-based shampoo or detergent, some under slave-like conditions, requires the mining of coal, oil, sulphur, vanadium oxide, limestone, ammonia and methane? If not, you have certainly been greenwashed, or more appropriately, white-collar washed with black ingredients. In the arts of life, man invents nothing, but in the arts of death, he outdoes nature herself, and produces by chemistry and machinery all the slaughter of plague, pestilence and famine. We are living in a time where these words of George Bernard Shaw echo louder than ever. We inflict injury upon injury to the soil that grows our food, then apply cell-mutating synthetic chemicals because the soil can no longer grow our food naturally. We fear to waste time, fear to waste money, but ignore the vast waste that is embedded in nearly everything we do. Think about it. Is not who we call a consumer literally devouring the world beyond its capacity to sustain us? Does our economy not evolve around consumption? If we were to examine these questions in detail, we would see that for everything that we point at someone else about the problems of the world, three are pointed directly back at us. Try it. Point your finger and look down at your hand. When you rose this morning, was it your phone that supplied the air in your yawn? Was it your PC that made the coffee in your latte? Was it technology that greeted you with a smile? The answers to these questions are self-evident, yet we still pursue goals that do not include nature and the life-giving elements it provides with due care. When the storm arrives, it will seem like lightning has struck suddenly, yet the storm clouds are visible on the horizon now. We hear and see, but are completely deaf and blind. It doesn't need to end in carnage whenever technology meets nature. It simply needs to be a new kind of technology that works with nature. While technology is not inherently bad, there is no denying that the biological problems we are encountering today have their root cause in commercial technology. And this is only amplified when technologists insist that the biological problems of today can be solved by more technology without needing to understand, or worse still, ignoring biology. This equation will never add up, and it's time we face that reality. Division and separation have been the modus operandi of modern-day commercial science and technology, yet we know both intuitively and practically that uniting has much more power. We know that enormous nuclear power is created by fission, or the splitting of an atom. Yet the process that powers the sun but creates several times more energy than fission is fusion, that is, the combining of atoms. Separation results in isolation, and that isolation requires domination to survive. Division gives power, but only to the few. Yet division permeates societies all over the world, with conflict being the consequence. Can such an approach create security for everyone? Clearly no. We must put an end to the separation invading our unity. Emerson once eloquently stated that there is always a best way of doing everything, and for certain, unity is that best way. Unity is innately beneficial to all. The evidence is everywhere and in everything, but the solutions to all our problems are embedded inherently in the uniting of the small. They do not lie in big anything. Emerging high nature technologies such as batteries made from probiotic soil bacteria that match the storage capacity of conventional batteries, materials made from plants that have a tensile strength greater than that of steel, and a food production system that enhances all of life are literally on our doorsteps and knocking. We simply need to open the door and welcome them in. Unity can open that door, and it's a way to dawn a new era. Not a probable or even a possible era, but a preferred one. A unity with nature and all the principles that are embedded in her. The way to achieve that is for everyone to participate by contributing something very small. Small enough that it will seem inconsequential to the individual that is contributing, yet like all small things in nature, can have an enormous effect. Think bacteria, both good and bad, unseen to our naked eyes, yet if they inhabit and multiply within us can change our lives completely. It is no different for the problems humanity faces today. It is not that an individual can solve a problem, but a united effort of individuals can change everything, and change everything quickly. Such a collaboration is a real activism because it's defined by active participation rather than resistance. At times resistance is necessary, but there is a better way. To Happify Earth is our vision, our mission, our purpose and our work. It's actively respecting and benefiting from nature in a very different way to what is happening today. The Happify movement is founded in the emergence of the new 3 R's of rewilding, regenerating and returning. The new 3 R's are simple and effective with known methods of implementation. A true collaboration between nature and humans is the new frontier with the most sought after prizes of true health for both our bodies and the environment we inhabit. Peace for all and a wealth that is not limited to material gain. Happify is a community and a product all rolled into one, making it possible for individuals around the world to take action for as little as 37 cents a day. We are convinced that when millions, if not billions of people from all over the world engage in meaningful actions within their reach, amazing results will happen. Imagine for a moment if 1 million people contributed 37 cents a day and that actively resulted in 1 million trees being planted. Imagine if that contribution also resulted in materializing the high nature technologies that are appearing. Imagine if that 37 cents a day wasn't a donation, but a real investment with benefits that return both environmentally and personally. Is that possible? Absolutely. It has already begun.